My name's Richard Rawlings, and today I'm talking to Georgina Cox, the multi-award-winning solicitor turned estate agent who, alongside her current estate agency, very successful estate agency, heads up Love to Move. Now, listen up, if you're an estate agent, this is going to be of interest to you if you're keen to get more business, as all estate agents are, of course, but perhaps slightly differently to what you might expect. Now, I know Georgina, who I've known for many years, is deeply involved in her very hands-on way in her buzzing Preston estate agency, Moving Works. But like most successful entrepreneurs, she still seems to find time to grow her second love, which is Love to Move, .co.uk, which is sort of another estate agency and sort of isn't in a way. So, Georgina, what exactly is Love to Move, and why did you start it?
Well, Richard, first of all, thank you for that lovely introduction. Love to Move is literally probably a tech platform that, as an estate agent, we developed a few years ago to fight back against the online agents that were appearing.
So is it an online estate agency? How does it compete with them?
Well, it is a fixed fee and it is paid up front, so that's where it is similar. It is delivered by the local traditional agent at the lower price point. And really, we see ourselves as a tech partner to high street agents.
I know high street agents are feeling very threatened, really, certainly by online agents. So why might they sort of engage with you? Aren't you the enemy here if you're allowing a sort of an online tech platform, a fixed fee platform? Is that not the flip side of what they're trying to achieve, perhaps?
I can see where you're coming from with that, Richard. And yes, I have to acknowledge that some agents do see us as the enemy. Rightly so, I think, when you think about the aggressive stance that the online agents took with their advertising in early days. We created Love to Move specifically to fight back against the online. We could see that there was an audience, and we wanted part of that business. So it very much complements the traditional agency. It doesn't dissolve it, and it doesn't compete against it. It is very much a complementary service.
So how do you actually help estate agents compete with an online agent and without sort of compromising their own brand? Because I believe this sort of runs alongside your own brand, doesn't it? How do the two work together?
Yes, it's absolutely in partnership with the estate agent, and it's delivered by the agent. We actually chose the separate name as, rather than an agent just offering a platform, if it has the name with Love to Move, it means that the client isn't confused and the agent doesn't end up doing all the service for a fixed fee. So it really has that differential between the two services because they are very different. And we explained to the client that the Love to Move is a self-service platform, and therefore it's a low price point. The bespoke agency is very much at a higher cost. And so what it actually does, it enables the agent to push up their fees, because when they're describing the two, they are showing how much they actually do for their full fee. So it gets rid of those competitors that are doing silly fees, pretending they do the full work. Maybe they do the full work and lose money on it, but we know how long it takes to do full agency. And we believe that with the online platform, the tech we've got, we've stripped 15 hours on average out of the actual transaction.
I'm beginning to get this now, because I was thinking, well, hold on, if I'm a regular estate agency, why don't I just offer a cheap and cheerful fixed fee service myself, a low level service myself? But of course, that would compromise my brand, which I don't want to do when I'm trying to push my fees up. So what you're saying is that Love to Move sits alongside that as a separate brand. So when you're pitching for an instruction, the client can either go for the full fee regular service, but if they're more attracted to a fixed fee low price option, then they can do that as well. And you still get something out of that as a regular agent? How do the finances work?
No, absolutely. It is actually very lucrative for the agent. So how Love to Move works, as I say, it is a fixed fee payment up front. So it's £895, including VAT. Yes, £500 of that goes to the agent within 3 days of the instruction.
The minute they sign up, so rather than waiting months to get some money in, you're getting at least some money in straight away.
Absolutely. So it's brilliant for cash flow. And certainly at the moment with the transactions taking so long, it's that instant cash flow.
So I thought it was mostly sort of a Trojan horse for agents to get through the door with a low price offering, and then they could upscale their fees to the full service, which they still can. But there's also a flip side that actually, if people don't want to do that, the agent's making money instantly anyway.
Absolutely. And it's very much that, yes, you can use it to get through the door, but it's more about giving your clients choice. And how I position it is very much on that choice. So I actually, when I'm pitching, for want of a better word, I do always talk about both services. It works two ways. It's actually quite rare for someone that actually wants full service. They're never going to look at the fixed fee and the self-service model. They're two different audiences, but you can, by offering that lower fee, it widens your audience generally, and you know when you're talking to them. But it's not only actually those clients, you're spreading the word, because I've had some super examples of where I've been talking to a client. They are most definitely, a moving works clients. They could be a £7,000, £10,000 fee, but I had one lady that had a couple of rental properties, which she said I was going to put them with Yopa. I'll put those two with you, but I'll do full bespoke service with moving works. So that was a win-win. I would never have got that business if I hadn't mentioned that we had the fixed fee platform.
We're going on a pitch. Which do you tend to lead with, or do you just gauge it by whatever you think they might be most interested in?
No, I always lead with moving works, and I always mention Love to Move, but I go very gently and sort of bypass it in a way. And how I introduce it is from a marketing perspective, with Love to Move, because obviously, as well as seeing people through your traditional agency, we do an awful lot of advertising online as well. So how I introduce it is I talk about the marketing of our bespoke agency, so Moving Works. We are way above any other agent locally because of the marketing, and we've learned so much from our I actually call it a sister business, but we call it a partner business, and Love to Move. And I just explain a little bit about it, and then it is literally just the very, very basics. So I throw it out there. So I suppose we have discussed in the office how we pitch and what have you, and it is very natural, and just giving the client choice. And not some agents, when we talk to them, are quite, I think, frightened to mention it in case they lose that big fee. But I can assure them that the people that are going for the bespoke are going for that bespoke. It's the ones that you might be up against an online agent and not be aware of it that will look at the online.
Yeah, absolutely. And I imagine there might sometimes even be the temptation when someone's gone for the Love to Move option and you're getting on well with them, they've got a nice house and you've certainly got a buyer for it. I imagine you're going to give them some sort of service anyway that may well lead to an upscaled offering in any event. Does that ever happen?
Yes, it happens quite a bit. How we approach that is that, most people say, my house will sell overnight. So yeah, that's fine. Well, maybe the Love to Move option is better for you. If you think it will sell without any proactive marketing, by all means try that. And we then are in regular contact with them that if Love to Move hasn't worked for them and their property doesn't sell overnight, because as we know, a lot of properties do need really good marketing, and that's where our skills come in, then we simply upgrade them. How that works for the client is they do not lose the 895, which they would do if they'd gone to the basic online agents. Yeah. We just upgrade them and they pay the balance of our fee on completion. The big difference is the balance of the fee is considerably higher than what we used to charge before we had the self-service platform.
Yeah, no, that makes a load of sense. And on that self-service platform, there's sort of menu-driven options as well, aren't there? That you don't have to. It's not a one or the other. They can add on other bits and pieces that I see.
Yes, they can do. But to be fair, Rich, we do tend to just upgrade them to the Moving Works. That seems to be people's choice, really. The only thing we might add on to is probably viewings, but we do that if they can't make the viewings. Because it's self-service, it is more that they actually do take control of their sale. And certainly the young ones love that element of control.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I can also imagine a situation where maybe if you've got someone on your books, how would this work in a regular way, and you haven't sold it, they're possibly thinking of switching agents, switching to another agent. Maybe you can have a second bite of the cherry by actually switching them onto Love to Move anyway.
Yes, we do. We can swap them over that way, and then they get the new listing. And actually, interesting. When for Moving Works area, when we look at Love to Move and Moving Works, the numbers now are really coming up. If I look at it against the other agents, we always had an agent that's done the majority of the business. But I don't know whether he even realises how we work, but we are actually bigger than him now if you put the two together. So it's like having two agents and keeping the other competitors out.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, Georgina, this is great. I mean, this has really been quite an eye opener, and thanks for clarifying some of the more sort of controversial points that I was coming in. Oh, hold on, how does that work? I mean, this is obviously a service that any agent can use, both to improve cash flow at this time, and offer added value, client choice, and really help them gain instructions when they would have gone elsewhere possibly. I mean, it's effectively, as you say, it's your technology enabling a fixed fee platform effectively, so that choice is there. I know if I was running a state agency instead of training agents, it would be a no-brainer to incorporate Love to Move into the mix. I mean, why wouldn't I? And if anybody wanted to engage with you on this, how would they contact you? What's the next sort of stage? And because a lot of people are going to see it and say, oh, that's nice, but then they won't take action. So I would appeal to you guys, take some action on this. Call Georgina. She's really nice. What are your contact details? How do they go about doing that?
Well, they can go onto the website and send us a message through there, or they can just email at georgina@lovetomove.co.uk. There's lots of easy ways to access, or Mark, my son, I think Richard works in the business with me, Mark at lovetomove.co.uk. Or listen to his podcast, all his details are on there. Just get into it.
So personable. Anyway, any agent's going to be able to pick up the phone. I know you'll give them the support, because I've come and done training sessions. We've done this together, haven't we? Where you've got all your Love to Move agents together, or a good number of them together, and we've done a good training session. And I know there's such a good vibe there, such a good family spirit. And so I would encourage any agent to really consider it as very much a second string to the bow. Georgina, thank you very much.
Thank you, Richard. It's been a pleasure talking to you.